Hi, this is Jess DaMassa, and welcome to this episode of Health in 2.00. Wait a minute, you don't look like Matthew Holt. Oh my God.
It's a takeover.
It's a takeover, a Health in 2.00 takeover.
But I am honored, Matthew. I am honored.
He should be honored. So we are coming to you from ICEE Health here in beautiful Romania. And I have Eugene Borukhovich with me from Bayer, G for A. So welcome, Eugene.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. So we are going to answer, well, Eugene is going to answer all of your burning questions about health and technology
in
just 2 minutes. All right, Eugene, do you have your timer ready?
3, 2, 1.
All right, Eugene, so you've been here at ICEE Health. You've heard all the main stage presentations. What are the key takeaways?
So ICEE Health itself, honestly, what impressed me is Jeff, art as medicine. You know, it was a crazy journey for himself, and actually it's great to know that he's doing a campaign now with J&J around mental health. Second one, I love Shauna. You know, entrepreneurs. Yes, it's entrepreneurs. That's who's at the trenches. That's who's working it hard. So that was a big one. Last one on that one is it's not ICE Health, it's part of ICE Fest. And to me, the most interesting part is actually other industries. So we'll have time, we'll come back to it.
All right, cool. So tell me what you've learned here, I guess, if you've been around in Romania. What's going on in the health tech scene here? How would you describe it?
I would describe it lots of maturity in tech, less maturity on commercialization, user experiences. I'm going to call out one startup that I had a great conversation with, Live Helix. So they're using the blockchains.
Hey,
the blockchains for informed consent through the process. So the question becomes interesting. How do you get other ecosystem players? But also, is it a feature or is it a business, right? So I think a lot of this is where that hustle, I'll say Eastern European hustle, is happening. But then, you know, you need to bring some of that, what's the user experience, right?
Right. All right, I'm going to come back to what you wanted to say about this conference being embedded into a larger conference that's more technology and marketing and digital marketing focused. Why is it important for us to learn from other industries?
You know, very quickly, a guy from Times, so don't call me to any of the numbers, but basically said, you know, 60+% of their revenues is coming from online, right? So if you look at other industries, we're saying, you know, brick and mortar, et cetera, it's actually happening. They moved quick. So how can we learn from it? And personalization, right? Personalized medicine, personalized experiences.
Last question for you, and I've started it. No, I wouldn't. This is the rule. Even though the timer goes off, I've started it, so I get to finish it. So last question for you. I'm curious to know your input in other parts of the world as well, because you're such a globetrotter. So the Wall Street Journal is reporting that China is throwing a whole bunch of money into biotechs, Western biotechs specifically. What do you think the impact of that is going to be? Should we be worried?
I personally love it. I mean, if you think about the population, you know, 1.4 billion plus growing. And what I'm finding, actually, a lot of startups from all over the world try to go to US, raise some money, then they move to China. You know, the regulatory framework, and I think it's great for the advancement of it. And, you know, they've been pouring money into all kinds of businesses, right?
Yep.
And our friends at Startup Health as well, right? Penyoung, right? So lots of stuff happening. It's for the whole of the society.
Awesome. Well, Eugene, I don't know. Matthew's left some pretty big shoes to fill, but I think you did pretty good there as our first takeover guest.
Is it first and only?
I don't know about the only part, sweetheart.
All right.
I'm traveling the world here too. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on this takeover vid. I'll be back again with Matthew, maybe. Who knows? Sorry. But you can watch all of our episodes on Health in 2.00 on our YouTube channel. Just search for us, Health in 2.00. You write it all out. Or you can look for us on Twitter. And if you have any questions moving forward, you can, of course, send them to me at Jess DaMassa. And instead of Mr. Borukhovich over here, whose name
you can't even spell the last name.
No, you can't. But you can tweet all of your questions too, also, and your I miss you letters are thoughts of.
Are you telling Matthew you miss him?
No, I'm telling other people that if they miss Matthew, they can let him know by tweeting him at BoltyBoy. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. This is Health in 2.00. See you real soon. Bye.